Good morning from St. Kitts, Virgin Islands. And it is a hot but very beautiful day. We have never been here before. This is a first for us, and we are very excited.
Port Day is a true test of how a cruise ship runs, and I am pleasantly surprised with Icon. So we got up this morning, went to Windjammer. It wasn't overcrowded. We got in and had breakfast, went back to the room, go to the elevator to go to the gangway, got an elevator immediately. It wasn't crowded. Come down, got off the ship. It wasn't crowded. So I'm pleasantly surprised, a ship this big with this many people, they're coordinating things well to where you don't feel like this all the time. So we took the ferry from St. Kitts over to Nevis. It's about a 30-minute ferry ride. Absolutely beautiful landscape out there. So what we're doing is a island tour of Nevis. This is booked through Shore Excursions Group. I'm going to leave a link to their company in the pinned comment. Sometimes it's way better booking through a third party than through the cruise line, and here we're getting a small excursion group instead of a bus full of people.
Ooh, it's a nice warm day over here in the Caribbean. Very nice and hot and humid. Feels good though. We are in the van and we are embarking on our island tour. Our driver is Mr. Teach, and he is going to be driving us around in this nice van. Saying goodbye to Mr. Clayton, who escorted us over to the bus. Should be a good day.
So the first stop on our island tour is just right around the corner from where we got off the ferry, and this is Hamilton House. So Alexander Hamilton was born here on Nevis. If you know American history, you know who Alexander Hamilton is, so that's why his birthplace is quite famous on this island. So the house behind me was built in 1850. It's one of the oldest houses in the Caribbean, and our tour guide was just telling us that Nevis has got a lot of cultural history here, a lot of historic value to the Caribbean because it's one of the first settled islands. When the first British settlers in 1607 left England, they made a stop in the Canary Islands, and then they came across Nevis was the first island in the Caribbean that they stopped at. Then they worked their way up the Caribbean and finally created the first settlement in Jamestown, Virginia. So also right here is the Museum of Nevis History. It's $5 a person to get in. We're going to take a walk through.
So this is pretty cool. So up until the 1960s, every village in Nevis had its own band. And all the instruments were made from local materials from the islands. And the band names were pretty cool. Bands like canary birds, honeybees, hummingbirds.
Tobacco was the first crop grown here on Nevis, and some of these clay pipes date back to the 1600s. Also, sugar was the most popular crop grown here. Lots of sugar plantations were here in the early times. And sugar makes what? It makes rum. So those are rum bottles. And just a note, whenever you book these tours, you don't know how many people are going to be in your group, but they say it's always going to be a small group tour. Well, there's just the two of us, so we basically have a private tour.
Now we know why they call Teach, our driver, Teach, because he was a local teacher. Matter of fact, right here at the Hamilton Museum was a gentleman sitting there, and he said, that was my teacher. Pretty cool. This is the perfect temperature. This is, I know it's too hot for her, but it's perfect for me. It's at, what is it, about 120 degrees? How much? 108. Is it? If I had my bathing suit, I would take Teach up on it. He's like, go ahead and get all the way down in there. But I didn't wear my bathing suit like an idiot. But I really wish I would have. This is nice. This is natural hot spring right here on Nevis.
So behind me up the hill is the first hotel in the Caribbean. This was built in 1778. That's pretty old for the Caribbean for a hotel. And it's being refurbished right now, so it's not open. But people would come here from Europe, stay in the hotel, and then come down here to the hot springs. So we are up at the hotel now, so we're able to drive up the hill to the top where the hotel is. It is under renovations, so parts of the building are closed, but parts of it we can walk around and see. Also from up here, look at that. That is not a mountain, that is a volcano. Yes, a volcano. And there's clouds formed all around the top of the volcano. It hasn't erupted in a very long time, and I'm really hopeful it doesn't erupt today. That would not be good. Well, I was excited down there. I walked up to this, which is kind of like a patio of the hotel, and man, from up here, so I thought the view from the volcano was good there. Look behind me. This is just incredible. And then from here, we can see all the way over to St. Kitts. We can see the cruise ship from here. It is absolutely stunning. Like, I want to stay in this spot and just look around for a while. Absolutely beautiful here. I'm just trying to picture staying at this hotel in the 17 or 1800s, you know, especially if you're from Europe and you've never seen the Caribbean before, and you come over here and you have this amazing view for the first time. And it's not a city like it is now. There's not a lot of development. It's just small villages, you know, boats taking you back and forth, getting out in that pristine water for the first time. Be absolutely amazing. Being from Louisiana, we're pretty familiar with plantations. We have them all over our state, and I'm not saying that to be proud of. It's just part of the history, and it kind of is what it is. Those buildings are still there. And this one right here looks just like the Kent House, which is in Alexandria, Louisiana, where we live. So it's just interesting seeing, you know, the history that has transformed from moving from the Caribbean into, you know, the southern part of the United States, because these buildings look almost identical. And the Kent House was built in the late 1700s. I'm not sure the age of this one, but it's probably close around the same. First thing that you see is this gorgeous tree. And so Teach asked us, well, how old do you think the tree is? And I'm looking at going, I don't know, it's 300 years old. It's ginormous. It looks like an old oak tree, because we know oak trees in Louisiana take that long to get this big. But no, it's a ficus tree built or planted in the 1960s, and it's huge. And he gave us a seed. So we're gonna sneak this back home and try and plant one ourselves.
Hopefully it will grow.
That would be cool. That'd be really cool.
So Teach was telling us that Princess Diana, she stayed here 10 days back in 1993, I believe it was. And I can see why. It's absolutely beautiful. So Teach is pretty cool, man. He talks very low, and I'm hard of hearing, so that's, Elise is having to translate a lot. But he's been asking us a lot of quiz questions and stuff, and he's a neat guy. Some of them we're getting right, some of them we're not getting right. But he asked us, he said, do you know what a comfort room is? And I was thinking in my head, well, it's either a kitchen or a bathroom. He says, I'll give you a hint. Hit the head. Bathroom. He says, men's is on the left, women's is on the right. He said, but you can't go until you answer the question.
Now we're standing inside the original sugar mill. All of the mechanics have been removed from the building now, except for this wheel, I don't know exactly what to call it, up here.
But old wooden gear, sort of.
So this was Montpelier, when it was originally built, was a sugar plantation, and this mill is where they would bring the sugar cane and process it to get the sugar out of the cane. So this right here is one of the main gears that was in the sugar mill. There would have been two of these, and see the spokes, they would have fit together, and they would rotate, and they would push the sugar cane through the two rotating spokes, and it would squish the cane, and the juices and the sugar would come out, and then the cane would come out the other side.
And because we have the best tour guide ever, Teach, okay, he stopped off at a little store here, and he heard me say that I wanted a carob earlier. He got me one, and he got him a little drink called Ting, which is like a sparkling grapefruit soda.
One of those too. Try it.
And he got a Ting for her. It's also grapefruit. Looks like pink grapefruit. Oh man, that's delicious. That tastes better than my beer, and I like beer. That's actually very good. I know why they call it ting, because whenever you take a sip, it's got a ting to it.
For our next stop, we were at Golden Rock Inn. This is just like in a whole different world than we just were.
We're in the jungle,
It feels
baby.
like we're in the middle of a tropical rainforest right here. I mean, everything is huge and just kind of like overgrown, and you feel like like the jungle's growing up around you. Oh my God, it's cool.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, this is one absolutely authentic, genuine, exotic island experience, man. This is off the beaten path. This isn't some commercialized resort. You want a true, genuine island experience, you come to a place like this. This is a jewel. Golden Rock Inn in Nevis. Fantastic, y'all. Golden Rock Inn, Nevis. This place I'm coming back to. This is the jam. There's an old windmill up here that's been converted into a cottage. Beautiful grounds all nestled into the jungle here. Beautiful, funky, cool, like restaurants, pool areas and lounge areas nestled up in the hills right here in Nevis. This is stunning.
And remember how I said that things feel huge and overgrown around you?
What is that?
Look at the size of these leaves.
Elephant ears.
I mean, seriously.
Elephant
huge.
ears. All right, it's lunchtime, y'all. We are on the beach. This is where we're eating lunch. This is our landing pad right here.
This is so nice. So this is part of the tour. Lunch is included. So they dropped us off at the beach. We have our own little private cabana. We're gonna have lunch, and we've got an hour here at the beach.
All right, so Lime Tours lunch package. We got some oven roasted barbecue chicken, which is that's what I'm gonna get. And you're gonna go with the fried grouper. Beer battered with a passion fruit glaze. That sounds yummy. Then they have lunch add-ons, so you can get coconut shrimp for $12, Nevis buffalo wings for $10, lobster salad for $20. Okay, so the oven roasted barbecue chicken and the vegetable wrap or the fried grouper fish is served with rice and coleslaw. And you can select 2 drinks from our local beers, soda, water, rum punch, or fruit punch. Oh, and they have homemade ice cream for $5. That's rum and raisin or roasted coconut. That sounds very interesting. Yes, I'm gonna get the oven roasted barbecue chicken. And they give you as soon as you sit down, they give you these wet or moist towels, real towels, and they smell like lemon, fresh lemon. I've just been rubbing my face with it. Oh, God. It's so hot here. That feels good.
What's wrong?
All right, all of a sudden my face is burning. Do not rub your face with fresh lemon oil. It burns. The citric acid is kicking my ass.
Yeah, we have quite the amazing view right here. So there are chairs in front of us, but still I can see, down to the Caribbean. I can see the sailboats docked out there. It's very, very beautiful. And I'm excited that this is part of our tour. So we really got to see a lot of Nevis. Hope I'm saying that right. Beautiful island. So, so often you come to the Caribbean, you're like, I just need a beach. Just take me to a beach. And the beaches are great, don't get me wrong, but doing an island tour like this, you see so much more. And, when you only have one day here from a cruise ship, you kind of want to see and do as much as you can. So I really do enjoy these island tours.
Enjoy.
Oh, yum.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Wow, the food has arrived and it looks beautiful. I can't wait to eat. Yours looks really good.
So I got the fried grouper, and it's got this honey glaze on top of it. It looks so good. Yummy.
That's some good wet barbecue chicken right there. They got lots of good sauce on it. When something's barbecue, I like it wet. I like a good dry barbecue too, but man, I was raised on the wet stuff. Okay, so this is not like leg quarters or anything like that. This is like straight up chicken breast that's been sauced with barbecue, and it's good. It's good. And then we get the Caribbean rice and the coleslaw with it.
How's that coleslaw? That's different.
Let me see. Not like you're used to back at home. Very vinegary. It's really like wet with vinegar too, but I love that. I like it. I think it's good. I don't think you're gonna like that, but
Probably
I
not.
enjoy
Not
it.
if it's very vinegary. So we are back in Charl Town, which is where we catch the ferry in Nevis to go back to St. Kitts. It's been a great day. I wish we would have had a little bit longer at the beach because we didn't get to get in and swim. We had time for lunch, and then our great driver came back to get us. So we're gonna take the ferry back. It's about a 30-minute ferry ride each way, but you get beautiful views from it, so I don't mind that at all. So we have been delivered back to the port of St. Kitts after our rocky, hot ferry ride. So there's two different ferry boats. One boat's nicer than the other. We got the nice boat going and the not so nice boat coming back.
Well, the good thing about that boat was it was very hot. There was only like one window on each side, but it was a faster boat.
It was faster.
My God, it was not the nicest boat, you guys.
No.
And old Teach, bless his heart, he's a wonderful man. Very wonderful man, but I'm hard of hearing. I can't hear anything he says, so Elisa has to translate everything that he says, and she can hardly hear him.
He was very soft-spoken.
And I think his peripheral vision is off because he liked to hug the side of the street. And he did say he was just trying to get over so people could pass. But let me tell you what, we were running over rocks the size of my head with a minivan. Matter of fact, one time we got hung up on him. I had to, and he says this is a new vehicle. He's got a very nice van,
brand new van.
It's all electronic, and he's not used to that. So it was a learning curve for him. But we powered through. But that was interesting.
Yes, very interesting. So curious. Leave a comment down below. Would you want to do this island tour? Or would you stay in St. Kitts and do something in St. Kitts? Love to hear your feedback. This is our first time here, and instead of staying in St. Kitts, we decided to go over to Nevis, which I thought the island tour was great. I really enjoyed it. But I want to hear feedback from those of you who have been to St. Kitts. So technically it is a little after 2 o'clock, and we have until 5:30 here, so we could go to a beach. But we're beat. The sun and the humidity and the heat has just knocked us out. We're wanting to get back on the ship and maybe take a nap before the evening festivities begin. So, back on Icon of the Seas we go. We are back on the ship, and as you can see by my face, I'm quite warm. It was a hot day in St. Kitts or Nevis today, and I need to cool off in the pool. So me and Jason have come here to Chill Island because my glorious shade is right here, and we're gonna get in the little cove pool to cool off for a bit. There is nothing better after a hot day in port to come and cool off in a swimming pool. We are in the Aquadome. We got here nice and early for the Aqua Show because the theater's not super big and we're short, so we want it to be up front, and we scored the best seats in the house. So most of this is bench seating. No backs, just a bench, nowhere to put a drink or anything. We lucked up and got some of the very few actual chairs in the theater. Honey.
Oh, sorry.
Hi.
Over here texting.
Yes, so we got good seats, didn't we?
Please, look. Right there.
These are our seats.
Yes.
How sweet is that? Yep, so great seats right up front. We've got amazing view for this show. It's worth getting here almost an hour early for. We are 15 minutes to showtime, and the theater is really filling up, so definitely get here early if you want a seat up front. It's showtime. That was absolutely incredible.
Great show.
Oh my
Fantastic.
God.
Enjoyed the heck out of that. From the time it started to the time it ended. I mean, the sound was incredible. The show was incredible. The lights were incredible.
The diving
the lights were just as
crazy.
part of the show as
Yes.
the actual cast. I mean, it all comes together for just a spectacular show.
That was so
Good
good.
stuff.
Like better than I expected. We've seen an Aqua Show on Harmony of the Seas, and this one is like even a step above that. It was just great.
All the shows have been great so far.
I know.
Love it, love it.
So since we were in the Aquadome, we decided to come in Aquadome Market to get some dinner, and this is one of the few venues we have not eaten in yet. So I went to Feta, which is the Mediterranean, and I got a pita with shaved chicken, lettuce, tomatoes, cucumber, hummus, and tzatziki. They put the hummus in like a big ball, so I gotta like spread that out a little bit. It's gonna be nice and messy. Definitely messy. That is messy as hell, but really good. The flavor is delicious in this, just the combination of everything. I love Mediterranean food. That's really good. What you got, babe?
So I went to Ginger, and I just ate the little spring roll they gave me, and it was good. And then you can get sweet and sour sauce to dip it, but I got the ginger beef with bell peppers, and you can get it with rice or noodles, which would have made it a lot better. But I'm doing the low carb version. Okay. Now I changed my mind. I don't like that. It's just a little too gingery for me. The beef has like this weird, like, it's got cornstarch all over it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
I said I was not going to leave here without a crepe. Yes, I got the strawberry Nutella. So it's fresh cut strawberries with chocolate Nutella on the inside. Then they folded and drizzled chocolate on the outside with powdered sugar. I cannot believe I've been on the ship this long and have not had a crepe yet. So... Oh my God, yes. That's amazing. Best thing I've had on the ship. So good. Oh, yum. Bye. Well, that is a wrap for today. We had a pretty busy day. First port day of the cruise, hanging out in the pool, and oh my God, that Aqua Show. That was just phenomenal, amazing. So we're done for the night. We're gonna hit the bed. If you're new to our channel, be sure and hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you tomorrow in St. Thomas. Bye.